Jai Hind, dear students. Welcome back to the mathematics class. As from last few days, we all are studying the fourth chapter of the class 9 syllabus, that is linear equation in two variables. In our previous lectures, we have studied what is a linear equation in two variables, what is its need, how to write it in standard form, and how to find out the solutions of the linear equation. Now, in today's class, we all are going to perform certain problems based upon the topics which has already been taught to you all. In today's lecture, we will be solving certain selected questions from the NCERT exercise 4.1 and 4.2. Though we have covered the topics of the chapter till exercise 4.3, but in today's lecture we all are only going to have selected examples from the exercise 4.1 and 4.2 only, and the 4.3 exercise will be dealt in the next lecture. So if you all can see over here in the screen, I have taken exercise 4.1 over here from your NCERT book. Question number 1 is written as it is, which was there in your NCERT book. Question number 2 has 8 parts. I have taken only 4 parts over here. We'll be discussing certain parts over here which makes you understand how to solve these types of questions. Though few examples are already being taken in the previous lectures, again I am reiterating all those steps over here so that you all can be well versed in the topic. So without much ado, let us begin with the first question. It's a word problem. So what we require to do is to frame a linear equation using two variables with the given conditions. So let us read out the question first. It says the cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen. Write a linear equation in two variables to represent this statement. Over here, if you can see, there is a hint given. Take the cost of a notebook be rupees X and that of a pen be rupees Y. Mind you, in your examination, this hint will not be provided. You need to think from yours that what to take as X, what to take as Y. So let us read the question once again to frame the equation. The question says cost of a notebook is twice the cost of a pen, and the hint says let us consider the cost of notebook as rupees X, and then cost of pen as rupees Y. The question is quite simple. You just have to think what to take X and what to take Y here. That is also mentioned. So now just let us consider the condition given. It's written the cost of the notebook, that is X, is twice, that means 2 times the cost of a pen, that is Y. So we have got X is equals to 2Y. If we want to write it in standard form, we can write it as X minus 2Y is equals to 0. This is our required equation. I hope you all have understood what to do over here in the question. We have just taken the condition which was provided in the question, and with that condition we have written it in standard form. Now we are moving towards the next question, that is question number 2. It says express the following linear equations in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. We all have already studied in the previous lecture that the standard form of any linear equation in two variable is always in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0, where a, b and c are constants. They all are constants. It's nothing like that. They are variables. Just to write it in standard form, we write it like this. So they all are constants. You all can say that they all belongs to real number. They all are real number. Now then the question says, and indicate the values of a, b and c in each case. So if you all can recall from the previous lecture, there I have already told you with the help of examples how to find the values of a, b and c. So let us take the first example question. It says 2x plus 3y is equals to 9.35 over, there is a bar. We know that this bar means the 5 is repeating. So you all can see that this number is not in its standard form. So we'll write it in standard form. That will be 2x plus 3y. Now this will come to the left hand side. It is positive over here. When it moves to the other side, becomes negative. So it becomes minus 9.35 bar, and since nothing is left over here, we'll write 0. So this is the standard form. Just to make you much clear that how to get the values of x, a, b and c, I am writing it as 9.35 bar is equals to 0. We know that plus into minus gives you minus, means positive into negative gives you a negative value only. Just to get a good comparison with ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, I have written it in this form. If you wish, you can avoid this step also. From here directly you can write the values of a, b and c. Just to make everyone understand what we are doing over here, I have written it in this form. So if you compare the first term and the first term, x is common. Comparing them, we will be getting a as 2. Now if I compare this and this, I will be getting b as 3, and same way over here, if you compare this and this, it gives us c as minus times 9.35 bar. So this is how we can find out the values of a, b and c from the given equation after writing it in standard form. I hope this must be clear to everyone. I'll take one more example. Let's take example 2 over here. If I'll take it, the second question, sometimes that got lags, that's why it happens. So x minus y divided by 5 minus 10 equals to 0. If I have to write it again in this form, that is in standard form, you can see all the terms are over here only. So I'll just make sure that it is looking like, now this can be written as minus 1 by 5 times y, and this can be written as plus minus 10 is equals to 0. You can see that if you multiply this and this, you will be getting the same. So now if you compare it with ax plus by plus c is equals to 0, we all will be getting the value of a. Now see, there is nothing written before x. We all know that if somewhere I have written only x, it means it is 1 times x. So always we consider its coefficient as 1. So we will get the value of A as 1. The value of B from there, it's minus 1 by 5, and that of C is minus 10. So one more thing to be kept in mind, that if sometime there is no coefficient, we'll consider it as 1. And also if it is negative, like somewhere if you will get minus x, it means it is minus 1 times x. Make this clear, that in that case if it starts with a negative sign, then the coefficient will be minus 1. Here it is plus 1, and here it will be minus 1. So this is how we can find out the coefficients of x, y and the constant term. Let us take a third one, which is minus 2x plus 3y is equals to 6. So the question is minus 2x plus 3y is equals to 6. We can shift this to this side. Will gives you minus 2x plus 3y minus 6 is equals to 0. Now here you can see one thing. The thing is, two of them are negative. So if two of them are negative, in that case you need to keep few things in your mind. Now what are they? That in this case we can change it like this also. We can shift this minus 2x and plus 3y both towards the right hand side. Then instead of doing this, what will I do? I leave 0 over here. Here I'll be getting 6. Minus 2x will change to plus 2x, and then this plus 3y will change to minus 3y, which once again in standard form can be written as 2x minus 3y plus 6 is equals to 0. So what we always try to attempt is to keep the coefficient of x positive. This is no hard and fast rule. You can do like this also. No one will make it wrong. But what we keep in mind, we always try to do it like this. So now if I write it in standard form, it will be minus 3 times y plus 6 equals to 0. So from here quickly we'll write a as 2, the value of b as minus 3 and c as 6. Remember, this is also a correct way. You can write a as minus 2, b as plus 3, c as minus 6 also. There is no worry in that. So but we always try to have it in this way. Now let us quickly go for the last example, that is x is equals to 3y. The question is x is equals to 3y. Writing it in standard form, it gives us x minus 3y is equals to 0. Since we don't have a constant over here, it can also be expressed as x plus minus 3 times y plus 0 equals to 0. Now if you want to find out the values of a, b and c, a as in the previous example was taken as 1, b as minus 3, and since there is no constant, means it is 0. So this is how we solve these types of questions. I hope this must be clear to you all, that how to write the questions or the equations in the standard form and get the values of a, b and c. So this is all from the first exercise. Rest of the questions are for your work. You all can practice with those questions at your home. Now what we are going to do, we are not ending this session today. We are going to have few questions from the second exercise also. So over here we have the exercise 4.2 from your NCERT book. It can be seen over here. Now what we will have to write, we need to write down the questions and the solutions of them in your copies also. So the first question says, which one of the following option is true and why? The question is, y is equals to 3x plus 5 has unique solution, only two solution, infinitely many solutions. So the question says you have an equation y is equals to 3x plus 5, and then you need to find out which one amongst these three options is correct. So let us try to understand what are the options first. The first option is unique solution. Unique means something which does not have any other alternative, means something which is only one. So unique solution means this equation have only one solution. Only two solution means the equation has only two solutions. And then the third option says infinitely many solutions. That means you can find out as many solutions as you can. So which one is true? In the previous lectures we have already discussed, we have already examined that if a linear equation is of two variables, then we can have as many solutions as possible, means it always have infinitely many solution. So the third option is correct. I hope this must be clear to you all. Next, question number 2. In question number 2, it says write 4 solutions for each of the following equation. I'll just do one question for your understanding, though we have done it as an example in the previous lecture also. Today also I am repeating it again. 2x plus y is equals to 7. Now over here, to find out the solution, we always try to write this in terms of y in terms of x. So for that I'll shift this 2x to the other side, which gives us y is equals to 7 minus 2x. This is the equation. Now what we do, we will put different values of x and get the values of y. For example, if I'll put x equals to 0 in the equation, we'll get y is equals to 7 minus 2 multiplied by 0. We know that anything multiplied by 0 is 0. 7 minus 0 is 7. So the first solution is 0, 7. I have already told that the solution of a linear equation is always expressed in the form of an ordered pair, where the first number always represents the value of x, the second one represents the value of y. So this is how we can do it. So this is the first solution, 0, 7. We need to find 4 solutions. So let us find the second solution. We can put x as 1. You can put any value which you wish to. I am just taking simple values, x as 1. So it gives us y is equals to 7 minus 2 into 1. That gives us y is equals to 7 minus 2. That gives us y is equals to 5. So the second solution is 1, 5. You can put the negative values as well, don't worry about that. So let us have negative values also. So now if I'll put x as minus 1, then what we'll get, y is equals to 7 minus 2 multiplied by minus 1, which in turn gives negative into negative becomes positive, and this gives plus 2, and then this gives us as 9. So minus 1 comma 9 is the third solution. We can have one more values. Now let's put x as 3. Then we'll get y is equals to 7 minus 2 into 3, that is y is equals to 7 minus 6, that gives y is equals to 1. So 3 comma 1 is our fourth solution. So these are the four different solutions for the given equation. I hope this must be clear. For the second part, you can leave your answer in terms of pi. Don't get confused. You can leave your answers in terms of pi only. There is no worries. And then the third one. So you all can try it at your home. Let us see what the next question says. Check which of the following are the solutions of this and which are not. What you need to do, just need to put the value and check. How? There can be two different ways. Either you'll put both the values of x and y and then see whether left hand side is equals to right hand side or not, or you can put the value of x and find out whether you are getting the value of y the same as it is given here or not. If so, it is a solution. If not, it is not a solution. Take a deep breath and then let's wait for the solutions. Okay, so now let's take the first example only. The question is x minus 2y is equals to 4. If I will put x is equals to 0 as it is given over here, we'll get 0 minus 2y is equals to 4, or minus 2y is equals to 4, and if I divide both sides by minus 2, I'll be getting y as minus 2. But in the question it is written plus 2, means this is not a solution of the equation. Same way you can try for the others also, that is for your practice. One more question is over here. Find the value of k if x is equals to 2, y is equals to 1 is a solution of the equation. If there is written that these are the solutions, that means the given values of x and y must satisfy the equation. Means if I'll put x equals to 2 and y equals to 1 in the equation, left hand side will be equals to right hand side. So now putting, I am doing the solution of question number 4 now. X is equals to 2 and y is equals to 1, we get 2 into 2 plus 3 into 1 is equals to k, 4 plus 3 is equals to k, 7 is equals to k. So this is the value of k. So I hope it must be clear to you all. We will be soon sharing a worksheet with you all also. Using that you can practice a bit more. I hope that today's questions will be clear to you all. If you all have any problem, you can write me. I'll be trying to help you in the best way I can. We'll be meeting in the next class with few more questions from the exercise 4.3. Till then, happy learning. Jai Hind.